everyone. We are the Fruits Basket. Okay, messed that one up. Hello, everyone.
NC is broken tonight. Please allow us to restart his operating system.
It's the Fruits Basket podcast, everybody.
Oh wait, I have my SAO notes up. Never mind. 1 second. Fruits Basket. That was the show we were talking about tonight.
Yes.
And
Yes.
not SAO, probably.
It's funny. I started playing SAO Fate a Bullet recently, so that's fun.
I'm unsubscribing.
That's sad. Anyways, you want to talk about some Fruits Basket? Because we had a hell of an episode.
Yeah, that's even if the title, I saw the title, I knew this was going to be a great episode.
Oh yeah, this. Someone says Fruits Basket and SAO are the same. Francesca, why? You were the chosen one.
I feel like there are a couple small differences, like the one about video game, one about animals.
A couple small differences.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have Kirito, he'd probably turn into a cute animal.
Anyways. God damn it. Fruits Basket podcast time. Let's talk about that. Fruits Basket episode 17. This is for Uo-chan. That's what it's called. It's a good title. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. And where's what I wrote about what happened in the episode before I saw the episodes? Yes, so we have Toru doing gymnastics. We have Emoji-san juggling the cheese wheel, and of course you have Kyo jumping out of a window of an airplane to bash the other girl with a electric guitar.
The other girl? She doesn't have a name?
I forgot her name, and I don't think we have a good name for her, so I just say the other girl.
What girl are you talking about again?
Worst girl.
Oh, Kagura.
Yes, Kagura, that's her name.
She's got good screenshots.
Yeah, that one's true.
Uo starts spending more time with the Honda family, coming during any situation, really. When Uo left her game, Kyoko was there to help her. Kyoko teaches her that to truly learn, you sometimes have to hurt a little bit, or hit rock bottom, as The Rock would say, Kenya Samel. That is a person's nourishment, and for Uo, it's Toru and friendship with Hana.
Wait, is there a reason we don't have the comments on the screen? Or is this because we haven't had them for a while?
Yeah, we've always have comments on the screen.
Yeah, but I don't see any.
There's one right there.
Oh, there they are, never mind.
Yeah, so they sometimes take a moment.
Okay, so, yeah, there's a ton that happened this episode.
Francesca says, worst girl is literally the Bento profile pic. Show her more respect. It's really what she's doing. Not
what is she doing?
Punching Kyo in the face.
What did Kyo do to deserve that?
Kyo didn't and never does anything.
Exactly, he just gets punched in the face. He only deserves it when Yuki punches him in the face.
Yes, because Yuki is my waifu. Husbando, sorry, crap. Same difference. He's a total babe.
Exactly, I don't think anyone can argue with him being a babe.
So yes.
So this episode we had start off like Uo getting the crap kicked out of her, and then she throws traffic cones and just being awesome in Uo.
The very first pre-opening scene, she looks over at the cones and I'm like, is she gonna wield like one of these as a sword, or is she gonna throw them? She picks them up and throws them. Which, by the way, those traffic cones, my father used to work doing asphalt stuff. And we used to have a bunch of those lying around, and those things are freaking heavy, dude. They may be plastic and rubber, but they're heavy.
Alright, so next time I get to your house, I'm going to throw traffic cones at you.
Good luck. You're going to get tired after throwing 2.
Wait, why did the tag say this is the King of Anime podcast?
Oh, God. Gosh darn it. Doesn't matter. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. You see, there. It's good now.
Okay, I need to go and get Satsuki.
No. Oh, wait, yes! Oh my god, we should totally get Satsuki on one time. He'd be the best.
We should. Yeah, Satsuki is best boy other than Yuki and all the other boys in Fruits Basket.
Exactly.
Yeah, and back to Uo, though. I liked her line when she was, like, running from them saying, don't go picking fights with a middle schooler.
Oh, yeah. She's so badass. She's just like, I may be a middle schooler, but I don't fight like one.
Well, no, they reminded me of a Space Racer Luluco because, like, Luluco says something similar. Don't underestimate a middle schooler.
Maybe there's just something in Japan about middle schoolers being incredibly strong.
Exactly. I mean, when's the last time you tried fighting a middle schooler?
Probably when I was in middle school.
If only I could say the same.
Wait, is there something you haven't told us?
Oh, there are many things I haven't told you.
Oh, God. So, Uo bumps into Toru, and Toru's like, oh, I'm so glad I ran into you again. You're the best person ever. Uo, you're awesome. And
yeah.
And then Toru sees, she's in trouble, and so Toru, being awesome, takes her by the hand and drags her to her house. And I love, after they get back to her house, she's out of breath.
Yeah, like Toru's reaction to that is like, and that's like says a lot. It's like, I don't think Toru really knew or processed what she was doing. She's like, Uo needs help. I'm helping her, like without thinking. And then you have like Toru's expression on screen now. Is like, oh, what did I just say? I'm out of breath.
She can't really talk because she's out of breath, and it's so adorable.
Yeah, Toru is best girl. I think I have that like 3 times in my notes.
This is kind of a subtle thing. This is where we finally learn what happened to Toru's father. Uo-chan looks over to I guess, like a little miniature shrine.
Right.
And there is a picture, I guess, of Toru's dad. At least Uo seemingly thinks so. So we know where Toru's father is.
Oh, I thought we already knew that he died when Toru was young.
Did we? I thought they didn't know where he was. I may be misremembering.
Yeah, because I thought they revealed that, yes, he died when she was young, so Toru's mother had to raise her by herself.
Oh, maybe I'm just... Okay, let's just... Take two. She looks over and sees a shrine of Toru's dear departed father, who we knew was dead from the previous episodes.
Yeah, Francesca's saying they've said he's dead like 10 times, so...
Yep, now we know. See,
I think...
I didn't mess up, you guys. Just happy accidents. This is a happy tree now.
Yes, this is a very happy podcast.
It's not about death at all.
Well, yeah, and something interesting about the scene, which actually kind of fits with you saying, is like how Uo turned the TV on and they're talking about the weather, how it was spring, how it was getting warm. And I feel that that's really like reflected of Uo's life at this point. Like spring is like the time of new birth, and she's with Toru and Kyoko now, so it's like she's being reborn.
And she's starting to warm up to Toru and Kyoko, which is, yeah, that's a nice parallel. I'm glad you caught that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and something else I noticed is like how Uo was saying like the Toru's house makes her uncomfortable, and she wonders like, would it even make a difference if I have it? It won't. It shouldn't. But she wants it. And it's like that progression of her thoughts of like coming to terms with she wants what Toru has. Right,
exactly. She sees how happy of a family these two are, how they support each other, how they're integral to one another's well-being and happiness, and she doesn't have that. She just has her father. A very similar situation between the two, actually. Both single parents.
Right.
And the difference is that her father is an alcoholic who sits in front of a TV all day and mopes around about, I guess, his wife leaving him, and that obviously affects Uo, because Uo can't get that connection with her parent that Toru has.
Right, it's like there's such a close bond between Toru and Kyoko, and just how much they love each other. You can really feel that, and you can feel that Uo does not know that feeling.
Yes, and she gets to know that feeling eventually when she starts opening herself up to Kyoko, who in a way becomes Kyoko's mother.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
And their relationship is just kind of awesome to see. It's very positive. it's different to what Toru's is. Kyoko is more of a doting mother to Toru, but Kyoko to Uo is like a mentor, you know.
Yeah, well, it's just like different people need like a different type of relationship, and Kyoko knows like Kyoko's able to be aware like this is what you need from this relationship for me to help you.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to see. This is probably one of the best parts of this episode, is seeing that dynamic and that relationship play, and how it helped Uo mature into the person that she is today.
And I think something that's really good about this is how little time we actually see them together, but how well we understand it.
Yeah. And I think a big part of that is the connection, the implied... Well, Uo already looked up to Kyoko. And
right.
I feel like with anybody else, it would probably be way harder for Kyoko or Uo to open up to someone like that. But since it's Kyoko, since it's the Crimson Butterfly... Even though she initially didn't like that she kind of gave up that harsh lifestyle, she still comes around to respect it and eventually grow fond of it and want it herself. And it's cool.
Yeah, I think what's so cool is like Uo got what she wanted, and that was to be more like the Crimson Butterfly, just in a completely opposite way to what she was expecting.
Yeah, she thought she was going to be, a Hellraiser, but not at all. She's very calm, very I don't know, not very mean-spirited.
Like she's kind. That might be the best way to put it.
Yeah. She's more of a gentler soul.
Yeah, it's like she still has her strength though, as we see later on in the episode. But it's like there's a kindness that tempers everything she does.
Right. Yeah. It feels the Toru or oh God. Getting so confused with these names for some reason. The Uo we saw before and after they're both completely different Uos, I think.
Yeah, you're definitely right, but there's still something similar there, and I think it's kind of like how Kyoko was too, before and after she was the Crimson Butterfly.
Yeah, we saw Kyoko go down that harsh lifestyle, and she changed herself because of Toru, and it's kind of the same thing, I guess. Like Uo was changed because of another person,
right?
And I guess in a way it was because of Toru.
Yeah, they're both changed because of Toru.
Toru is the link.
Well, it's like that's how they are. That's how the Somos are too, with like Yuki and Kyo being changed by Toru.
Yeah.
And really, all the characters in some way, like in different ways, but it shows the impact that Toru has on all of them, because she has both her kindness and her strength.
We saw it. We're always seeing it, really, with Toru, but more specifically, Kyo and Yuki. Before, Kyo and Yuki seemed kind of distant. Yuki has trouble opening himself up to people. Kyo is Kyo, and Toru. We already see the change that Toru makes to those two, and
right.
We saw it with Emoji-san as well. We see it with a lot of people. She is like a driving force for a lot of these characters to self-reflect and then change.
And I think what's interesting about this is that the change is never like complete or sudden. It's like slowly over time you see, okay, Yuki's opening up a bit more. Kyo is mellowing out a bit. But they're still the people they are before, but they're also not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is... You bring that up, but later on, when there's a point where Uo is leaving her gang because she doesn't need the gang filled a hole in her heart that is now filled by Toru and Kyoko. Jesus Christ, these names! Why am I getting so confused?
Japanese is hard. It's because we don't have our own weird names for that.
Yes, we need to make weird names.
All right, in chat, tell us what weird names we should give for these characters.
So after she leaves, she's saved by Kyoko, who fends off a bunch of middle schoolers, And she's talking to Uo about how you have to, like, sometimes you have to hurt, you have to hit rock bottom, you have to reach those lows to be able to self-reflect, to be able to learn, and truly change. And
Right.
and I really like that. This whole thing, by the way, whoever did the directing for this, they must have been really inspired by Shinichiro Watanabe, who does the kind of that camera angle where it's of two characters that are walking along something, and it's the characters, it's zoomed back out a little bit, and it's more of the setting that's the focus of the shot, with the characters being overshadowed by that background setting. So I like that touch. But this I lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Like this scene with him like reflecting about you have to hit rock bottom to want to become better, or to only being like covered in filth you want something pure. Like, I love the power of these opposites. Anytime in storytelling you can use the power of opposites, I will like it.
That's true. It sets up a good visual for a person.
And then one of Kyoko's best lines in here was saying, like, even if you screw something up, it's not for nothing, as long as you don't let it be for nothing. And that's like her whole thoughts on life.
Yeah, it's very true. This made me think about the internet when I was watching this. I was like, man, if this is like Reddit, everybody on Reddit would be miserable and be like, they would just like totally shut this show down, because they wouldn't believe in something like that. And it makes me think there are people out there that could probably very much relate to this show, especially this episode in particular, because there's probably a lot of people who just hit rock bottom, and they either, flourish or they don't.
Right. It's like, are you going to be like Uo or Uo's father?
Exactly. And granted, we see that Uo's father is changed as well by the end of it. Maybe not so much. He still wants to drink. He still watches TV. He's just in a more cleaned up setting, and he has, a little bit more self-control than before.
Yeah, well, it feels like change is not like complete, or in like having some alcohol, it might not be bad, or watching TV, it might not be bad. But it's like, who are you as a person? What is like most of your life?
Yeah, there was something, I think it was an anime, but in the anime, I believe one of the scenes was, life is a series of small steps. Change doesn't happen fast, it happens slowly over those small steps. And that is so true, and that's what this episode is about. It's about small steps that lead to a big change.
Yeah, it's about like you like taking that first step and then seeing, like, reflecting back on that a couple years later. It's like, because of that small step to go in a different direction, to change yourself, your life can be completely different.
And sometimes you don't take the first step. Somebody takes that step for you, as evident when Toru runs into Uo.
Yeah, and that's like, Toru literally grabbed Uo by the hand to take her. So there's definitely symbolism there.
Yeah, Toru is the guiding light.
Yeah, and I love the comment Red made a few minutes ago that we didn't get to, where it's like, Toru makes people want to change, but they change themselves in the end.
Right, exactly.
That's perfect. Yeah.
She's the catalyst. She's the one who shows that they have something within themselves to make them a better person. And it's a prime example in episode 3 with the rice ball metaphor thing. That's the same thing. It's just a different aspect of it.
It's like they have the same idea that is showing in all these different ways in these different situations with the different characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think a lot of the meaning of this show is that maybe a lot of these characters don't see anything within them that makes them special, but Toru shows them that they have something special within them, and that is incredibly satisfying.
Yeah, what was it? It's like, you cannot see like what makes yourself so special, but like Toru's gift is being able to show people that. I'm going to go look at my earlier episode notes.
I think
see if I can.
I think what it was is that there is there's a rice ball, and inside of it there is like a dumpling or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't think that's quite what it was, but yes, Toru is a dumpling.
Yes, Toru is a dumpling. There's a Toru inside everybody. And everybody sees themselves as the plain white rice with nothing in the center, but everybody has that something in the center. They just have to be able to identify it and then act on it. The plum on their back, Hazel says. So there you go.
Yeah, there's another thing in here there that I really liked.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool just lines in a lot of these episodes, and to me this is probably, I think, one of the best written episodes, probably the best written episode that I've seen so far in this show.
Yeah, I cannot think of an episode that was as good as this one. I know we say that a lot, but I feel like this was a big step up of everything else. I cannot speak today.
It is so crazy that the only episode we didn't like was the one with Kagura, and we didn't even really hate that episode. It was just like, it was just weird.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, that was an episode. Let's go watch Promise Neverland or something.
Like, this show, I can't think of any other show that I've liked as much as this besides like Carol and Tuesday in recent memory, and maybe The Promised Neverland.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be my top 5 for the year, and this has been an awesome year, so that says something.
I mean, I'll say it right now. This episode, to me, is the best episode of the year. There's nothing for me that touches this episode, because it's just so well written. It's so good. I can't think of anything else.
I might disagree because like Attack on Titan had a couple awesome ones and Promised Neverland near the end, but I would not argue with anyone who said this was the best.
Yeah. Francesca says this show just keeps getting better and better, and I, for one, cannot agree more. The fact that Toru gets her politeness, talks politely from her father, makes me cry because even though her father is dead, he's never really gone, wow. MCC Dub Productions, that's true.
Going off of that, one of the things I've noticed is like these like chain of events. How like Kyoko was able to touch Uo's life, and therefore Uo was able to touch like these younger gangsters' lives, and how like even if you're gone, you can still have an impact that ripples possibly for years or decades or more to go.
Yeah, and I love those delinquents. They were so cute. They were adorable. They're like, we're gonna make an army of delinquents and we're gonna scare people. Like, wow, you're so cute.
And I couldn't even scare Emoji-san last episode.
Yeah, they I was talking to this about Satsuki. Those delinquents were so innocent and just adorable, and how terrible they were at being delinquents.
Yeah, they need to be in the show more. They're good delinquents.
It was so funny.
Yeah,
Satsuki says, now we just need to know how Hana became a Fate Master. Wait, what is a Fate Master?
A Master of Fate.
Oh, that's probably self-explanatory.
Exactly. I mean, it's like you have the power to summon Saber out of nowhere.
Oh, God, Fate? No, God damn it, we're going back.
I thought you liked that Fate.
No, I mean, I like Fate, but we always talk about Fate. People don't like when we talk about Fate. Nobody likes when anybody talks about Fate.
Fake Lead Podcast in 3.
Oh, God, no. Yes, we saw the after credit scene. Thanks for asking about that. That was so funny. Arisa shows up, and she's saying the same things that Uo said.
Right. Well, it's like when you're like in middle school, you think these seems like these cooler older people are saying, so you want to be like them. So it's like childish, but it shows like the influence Uo is having through doing something simple.
and then the kid that, I forget her name, that Uo talked to directly and told her the line. She literally dresses exactly like Uo. It has the wig and everything, and it was so adorable.
Yes, more people should try being like Uo. That would make the world a better place.
We said that. Did we not say that in like the first episode of this podcast where we were like, everybody should be like Toru?
Like, I don't even remember what I said 3 minutes ago.
That is true. I don't really remember what I said last week.
I think last week we probably talked about Fate at some point.
Oh no, not again. Why did you say it?
Well, and speaking of the next episode, I think it's going to be about Haru because there's a cow in the...
Next episode is going to be about Cowboy. Get it? Cowboy? Yeehaw?
Yeah, that's a bad show.
God damn it, Arthur. All you had to do was follow the damn train.
Yeah, I don't get that reference.
That's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I haven't played it. Maybe we get a new character next week, according to Hazel.
I am interested to hear who this character, or to see who this character is.
It will be the one who gives Toru her turning into dragon power.
It's gonna happen. We keep saying it. We keep saying she's gonna turn into a dragon. She's gonna turn into a dragon. Damn it!
I mean, we've come up with crazier fan theories before.
You know, honestly, if she did turn into a dragon, it would maybe ruin this show a little bit.
It would make me like the show more than another show I like.
You just go ahead and say more than Dragon Maid, because you might as well get people angry at you.
Well, I mean, I already like the show more than Dragon Maid.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, there's one other things I noticed. It's like, when they were eating dinner, when Toru first dragged Uo to their house, Uo was making a comment saying, like, trivial moments, yet precious ones. She, like, wanted those type of moments. And that's just something I found in my own life, is like, it's these like silly moments with friends that I cherish so much, instead of being like these big, huge events.
Right, yeah. That's usually the stuff that will make your day.
Exactly.
It'll make you sleep well at night, those kinds of things.
The stupid Discord calls with friends at 11 o'clock at night when I should go to bed.
Exactly. Some of those are maybe sometimes good, but we haven't confirmed yet.
Yeah. Oh, and Satsuki brought up Akimoto, who was like the silent MVP, and yeah, he's right.
Who is Akimoto? Oh, Akimoto.
Yeah, the other gang person who told Kyoko what was going on.
Yeah, and apparently she moved very far away. I will love her to show back up.
I get the feeling she will, because this is Fruits Basket, and I don't think they'd have a one-off character just run away like that.
She should just show up, and it'd be like, Uo turns her head and sees Akimoto, and Uo is like, "There's so many things that I wanted to say to you," and they run up to each other, and Akimoto's like, "Yeah," and then they hug.
Well, what if, because the name similarities, Akimoto has something to do with Akito?
What if Akimoto is Akito and we just didn't know it?
That was my other theory, but I don't think it would, because like they look so different, and that would mean that Akimoto, who's like a big, strong girl, turns into Akito, who's not big or strong.
Isn't Akito a dude?
I think so, but I think the viewers confirmed that yes, Akito's a guy.
Yeah,
I kind of forget.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% certain that Akito is a dude, because I remember talking about this. And then the chat being like, "Dude, it's a dude," and I'm like, "Oh no, I made another mistake."
Oh, and yeah, to answer the question, no, we have not seen the trailer, or at least I have not.
Wait, the trailer for what?
The second half of the season.
I'm not gonna watch it, because I just don't want to be spoiled.
Umbrella symbolism. Yes, I mentioned the umbrella in the opening. It seemed like we don't know what, so yes, confirmed Akito is a dude.
Yeah. I don't know what the umbrella means. Probably something about Resident Evil, I assume. Umbrella Corp is gonna show up, and they're gonna turn everybody zombies, and then Uo's gonna have to get out of that pipe and be like, "Get out of here, zombies!" And
then Toru turns into a dragon and kills all the zombies.
Leon is gonna show up and be like, "Where is that woman I lost? I forget her name. Claire? No, not Claire. Crap. Resident Evil 4. Who is that? It doesn't matter. Why are we talking about Resident Evil?
Because we're good at doing podcasts.
We're so good.
Yeah, something else is that when the gang was following them after they ate, Hana's asking if she should take care of them, and then they're like really afraid of Hana, and like I want to see Hana do something cool.
Hana, everybody is so afraid of Hana. They call her. They're like, "Watch out! It's Waves Girl." It's just she has this just awesome aura around her that is just she's so cool. I don't know why I like Hana so much. She's just I feel like she could take on Goku, and Goku would be freaked out.
I don't think Goku would even want to fight her. He'd be too afraid.
Goku would be like, "Hey, it's Mika. I gotta go."
And, oh, Master Roshi's has dinner ready. I need to fly over there.
Well, you're Goku. You're fighting a bunch of young girls.
Okay, Master Roshi would still go after Hana because he's Master Roshi.
Well, where's this Waves Girl at, Goku?
And speaking of Waves Girl, we have something not to do with her at all. And that's you saw Toru and Uo studying in the school.
Yeah.
And Uo was saying, like, you're correct, so she was saying bingo, but it sounded like she was saying dumpin', which sounds like dumpling, so that just confirms Toru is best dumpling.
Yes. She also says, she asked Toru a question, and she's like, "The arrival of Perry-san!" And she does this cute thing with her pencil, and I'm like, oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Right in the heart. Right in there. Yes. There's also a scene, a really great scene, actually, which I thought was just so freaking awesome. It's a moment where Uo is Uo the wheat or the chaff, and she separates herself.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really think about the symbolism there, but yes.
Well, there wasn't symbolism. I was just quoting Kevin Spacey in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. But, so Toru is like cooking in a cooking class. Uo didn't show up, and she's making food, and they start asking her, "Are you friends with Uo?" And Toru's like, "Oh no, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to, be friends with her. She's so awesome and great, and I love her, and she's the best." And they're like, "You're not." You really? And everybody like starts asking questions like, is Toru secretly a delinquent? And I'm like, okay, first of all, students, you better watch out. You better watch out. Toru is no delinquent.
Yeah, otherwise, if you call her a delinquent, she'll turn into a dragon.
Exactly. Toru is pure. She will never do anything, even anywhere near illegal.
Exactly. She's not like some people who I do podcasts with.
Exactly. Wait, what does that mean?
So, speaking of that scene, something else that I really liked was how Toru was saying, "Oh, I'm not worthy to be Uo's best friend or anything." It's just like how that shows how Toru feels about everything.
Yeah, she sees who Uo really is, not what she is on the outside, but what she is on the inside. And that is just a great quality for anyone to have, but it makes so much sense for Toru to have, because Toru is just so innocent, and well, so like, she sees the truth in people.
She sees the good in people. She like believes everyone is good until she like that's her first impression of people. You're a good person, so I'm going to believe that about you.
Yeah. And
something that Red mentions here is like Toru is the pink butterfly, and that really just says a lot, like how she inherited a lot of Kyoko's strengths, but also she inherited something from her father too, and I think that's another important part of both her and Kyoko that we'll see later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that her parents must have been really special people. I mean, we know Kyoko is a really special person.
And I get the feeling her father is just as much so, but in a completely different way.
And her grandpa is awesome. Her grandpa is so cute.
Exactly.
I'm on the beach throwing the ball. My back.
We should go to Hawaii for the next podcast.
Exactly. We should. We totally should. I just don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but we totally should.
I know people.
Uo is hearing all this conversation in the classroom, and they're cooking, and Uo was like, maybe I should just distance myself. And she starts to kind of cry a little bit, and then she hears what Toru has to say, or what Toru says, and then you just see this happy look on her face, like everything's okay. Like, I don't have to distance myself from Toru. Toru will be fine.
yeah, like Toru will accept me regardless. So that's like what pushed her pushed her to quit the gang.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, another example that Toru makes everything better, makes everything all right.
It's like Toru isn't even meaning to do this. It's like this is who she is, what she does, just because she's Toru.
Yeah. She's a great person. I wish I was as nice as Toru, but you know.
Yeah, but it's like Toru is impacting our lives, even though she's a fictional character, wanting to make us more like her.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna practice all of the tips that the show gives out.
All right, so it's like when you find a cute guy, hug them and see if they turn into an.
Exactly, that's the first one. That's all.
And then get her.
I'm gonna have a picture of my mom everywhere I go.
I think she would appreciate that from what I know about your mom.
And I'm gonna start speaking a little bit like this.
And you always speak super polite.
Hello, Mr. Rising.
Okay, that sounds kind of weird, but that's okay because you're Toru.
Wait, I'm Toru now?
Yes. Yes, you need twin tails.
Yes, twin tails. Who could forget?
Yes, twin tails solve everything.
Hey, Toru had twin tails in this episode for a good majority.
Yes, so that's another reason why this episode was so good.
Yes, this is true. Any episode with Toru with twin tails easily gets an 8 out of 10, just right there.
But in this case, it gets like a 12 out of 10 because it was awesome.
Yes. Let's see. I know there's more we haven't talked about.
Yes, something else I noticed is that when Kyoko was carrying Uo away, it looked like she had a mark on her cheek, which I wonder if like she was fighting off the gang, even though we didn't see it, and got hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that she fought off some of those, because I think it's implied just by the way those marks on her face and her arms and just what she said.
It's like it didn't give us a focus, and I think maybe they respect her enough to let her go, but there's definitely a battle involved.
Kyoko was like, I'm gonna kick everyone's ass. Those kids were like, no, you're not. Those kids lost.
And it's like, okay, you are, or no, you're not, because we're running away.
No, somebody should do an abridged version of that scene where she shows up and and she just, all she says is, Uo, hold my beer.
No, it'd be like she shows saying, I'm all out of bubble gum.
Oh, yes! Yes! Even better!
Exactly, because that's like a Kyoko thing to say. It's like, I'm out of bubble gum. But like they know what she means and we know what she means.
Oh my god. We gotta do that. We're gonna do it. We're just gonna abridge that one part.
Okay, so we'll like abridge our favorite scenes when this show goes on break.
We gotta abridge the episode 3 dumpling or plum scene, or where whoever's doing Toru is like, it's something about dumplings or something, I'm not sure, and if there's a dumpling inside of you, maybe you want to go to the hospital, just saying, but if you never do find a dumpling inside you, make sure you just know that you're probably gonna die.
It's like, yeah, this is giving us too many ideas. Yeah, there's something else here that I was going to say that, but I forgot about it. Oh yeah, just like how Uo was saying she wants to be To's best friend that she'd be proud of, and just that whole scene was the most emotional part of the whole episode.
Yeah, I mean, really, I was feeling emotion for the whole episode, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it was like 1 minute into it, like the opening started typed in the Discord scene, 1 episode in, and this episode's amazing.
Oh,
or
yeah.
1 minute in.
This episode was so good. Just right from the beginning, it was like, oh, we're getting one of these. Okay, I'm ready. My body's ready. What is a very small portion that's actually the thumbnail of this video is when Toru falls asleep leaning against Uo, and I was like, oh my god, this is too good. Why is this episode amazing?
This because, yeah, and we also saw like Kyoko's strength too. It's like she seems to be like a doting mother, but there's still a strength there that can come out when needed.
Oh, I love it when Uo opens the first aid kit and there's just a bunch of notes, just like just all of them to Toru. I assume that are just like trying to like be helpful and like in a rough situation to calm her down or something like that. To remind her, hey, everything's gonna be okay if you're bleeding from your neck.
I just see like Toru's be clumsy enough she might hurt herself from time to time. Like that's her mother's way is like showing love. Like okay, like remind her like yes, I love you. You'll be okay. Right.
The first one is, it's just a happy accident. It's just a nice. It's a happy tree.
Yes, it's just like happy blood pouring out of your wherever. That's the wrong phrasing. Ignore that.
That's good. I usually think I was the one bad with phrasing. I just now imagine Toru bleeding from her eye. Just, oh no, what do I do? What is... It's just blood squirting straight out.
Yeah, she used to shotgun too much.
Oh no! Oh, Naruto's the best. Naruto references are just good. They're so good.
When we do the bridge, we'll make sure to add Naruto references.
This is like that one time when so no. Toru, it's the first episode, at the end of the first episode, when she hugs them accidentally and they turn into pets. And she's like, the first thing she said is this is like that one time in Naruto when they turn into logs, but it's not logs, it's actually animals.
Or when they turn back into humans, she thinks, oh, this is just like the sexy jutsu.
Yes. Oh, I love it. It's good. Let's just make Fruits Basket Naruto dialogue.
We can do that. Yeah, so I think I got through all of my notes at one point or another. Oh, one other thing. When they went back to the restaurant after the flashback, I'd forgotten that was where they were at before the flashback started.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is what happened.
Yeah, it's such a big flashback, this whole episode.
Yeah. So I can only imagine where the show will go from here.
I hope more Naruto references.
Or things we can turn into Naruto references.
Exactly. Hopefully we get to see a situation where Toru is using the first aid kit, and we get to see one of those notes finally, whatever they say. I just love the thought of Kyoko being like, I'm just gonna put these notes here.
I'm waiting for someone else to find them. It's like, huh? Or like Kyo use it for some reason. I'm like, why is this here? Or maybe it ties back to Kyoko encouraging him, and like Kyo really like it's one that really connects with Kyo.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know what else to say. We've done so much. We've talked so much.
Yeah, we've gone for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. I will say this, by the way, first time streaming to D-Live. I streamed to D-Live tonight. People on YouTube will not know that, or Twitch. But yeah, stream on a D-Live.
I forgot we also streamed to Twitch.
Yes. We didn't initially, and I was like, I'm just going to make it a lot easier on myself and just start streaming all my live streams to Twitch as well.
Yeah, Hazel mentioned that didn't the notes just have their names on it? But maybe like, yeah, because that's what I thought at first too.
I thought it was like, I probably misremembered.
Yeah, because maybe there's like labeling whose was what or something, but okay, maybe there's like something else on. But yeah, Toru will add notes to that actually say things later.
I love the thought of like, they should have like an apocalypse bag, and there's like every item has like a note attached to it of just happy thoughts and nice things. Like the pump action short-barreled shotgun is just like, if you have to actually kill that flesh-eating zombie, remember, everything's gonna be okay. Happy thoughts. Don't think about it too much.
Let's just all have Toru quotes on them.
Remember, there's a plum inside of you, and there wasn't inside that zombie's head. It was just brains.
Yes. And I want to see a zombie apocalypse show with Toru, but she makes friends with the zombies and that actually works.
Zombies are like, brains? Brains!
Hey, Toru doesn't have one. Quintails, okay.
It's like in Fire Force, in the first episode, where they were talking to Maki, that one girl, and she's like, Maki, where your brain is, there's a girly flower garden.
Oh, yes, I remember that line.
Oh, that was good. That's good.
I would say more, but I don't want to anger the chat even more.
Oh, God. Did you not like Fire Force?
I dropped that one.
Oh, no! I don't think many people here watch Fire Force.
I also dropped Dr. Stone.
I'm okay with that. I didn't like Dr. Stone that much either.
But I did not drop Grand Belm, so...
You didn't drop Granbelm. That's surprising, because a lot of people are dropping Granbelm right now.
It's like Fate, but with Kos... no, it's like Fate, but with Toru as the main character. That's an analogy you would get.
Are you about to say Kaos from that one anime?
Yes, from Comic Girls.
Ah, yes. Speaking of Comic Girls, where can they find you, Rising?
They can find me on YouTube in the link in the thingy. They can find me on Twitter by going to Twitter and typing random things until you get to my page. They can find me on Amino by looking up top 5 horror anime, which somehow gets 2,000 views. I don't know why.
You're going viral on Amino, which is way easier than going viral on YouTube.
Yes, so you want to go viral on Amino, make videos about horror anime.
Or you just make videos about Toru.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work that well.
What?
I do have a Fruits Basket video that I released a couple weeks ago if you want to hear me talk more about Fruits Basket.
Hell yeah. I released one last month. Most of you probably know about that already. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, well. It's my first impressions of Fruits Basket where I was like, this sounds great. I love it. More, please.
Yeah, I don't really watch too many anime videos.
What's anime? I don't know.
It's Fake Lead.
Tomorrow is the King of Anime podcast. Me, Satsuki the Savage, and everything animated will be covering literally the only shows that we can possibly cover next week, tomorrow, and that is just Fire Force and just Kanata no Astra. There is no other anime that aired this week, not even Vinland Saga, Sad Face, or Carol and Tuesday, sadly.
Huh, why did they take a break? Was it...
Probably just take a break or something. It'll be airing next Wednesday. What else is there to say? Subscribe to my main channel if you haven't already.
Discord, come there, chat, post Toru gifts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, come to the Discord if you haven't already. Discord is a great place. We got tons of stuff going on in the Discord. We're talking about stuff.
And if you want to hear us talk about more things where we have no idea what we're talking about, check out the Symphogear podcast on my channel.
Ah, yes, the Symphogear podcast. Who could forget?
You cannot forget Symphogear, that's for sure.
Symphogear is so good. God. If you guys aren't watching Symphogear, you should.
It's like we have both the Fruits Basket and Symphogear, like two completely amazing shows. This is a good time to be an anime fan.
Yeah, which is great because season 5 of Symphogear is actually becoming a great show, and not just a show that is just like, well, I guess it's meant for the fans, but like, it's a good show now. Like, which is, it's not like it wasn't before, but it's like it's a great show, I guess.
Yeah, it's not just for people who like Symphogear; it's for normal people, kind of.
It's got good story, it's got good writing, it's got death lollies or murder lollies, sorry, and chainsaw lollies.
Yes, it has the death lolly, murder lolly. It has Chris pulling bullets out of places.
She definitely pulls those bullets out of places.
Yeah, so go check out Symphogear and the podcast, and we'll see you in the next 72 hours.
Yes, thanks everybody for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.